All right, so I can explain why I'm making a lifting channel. I have always wanted to do this since I was very, very young. Obviously, I've always been interested in YouTube videos and everything like that, but this specifically is something that I feel like I just really, really love to do. And the reason I haven't done it really is just because of fear, anxiety, just thinking maybe people won't like it, people won't enjoy it. But I kind of realized 2 weeks ago when I was sitting in this exact same chair is I have to try. I have to at least try. And what's cool about this is I was going to start this YouTube channel probably more towards the end of the year. I wanted to get myself in really good shape. And then I wanted to start the channel and just kind of document my journey per se. But is that really documenting your journey when you're doing it really after the fact of the whole journey and maybe what people want to see? So I have to come out and be straightforward with it. I'm not in the greatest shape. I haven't lifted in 2 years. I have been lifting since I was 12 years old. But now, you know, after college football, I went into CrossFit for a couple years and then I started doing Olympic lifting for like a year. After that, I have been lifting, but it's been really sporadic. I haven't had a goal. I haven't had a vision. I haven't had really a purpose in lifting. And it's kind of surprised me that I haven't been able to find something to really latch onto, but it's been the reality. And maybe that's something that other people are struggling with, just finding a goal and a purpose, because motivation only lasts a little bit. And I think that's part of the struggle that I've been having is that, you know, I get motivated for a little bit and then I don't have a goal or I don't have really a purpose for doing this, I feel like, and I kind of tail off and then I don't complete it. But the one thing I know down in my core is that if I post a YouTube video and I start a YouTube channel helping people lose weight or just literally just bringing people in on my journey and maybe they can take bits and pieces from me and just watch me go through the ups and downs, I won't stop. That's what I believe, is that I won't stop. So really, this is kind of like an internal test for myself to see if I would stop, because I don't think so. I think once I start posting these videos, I'm going to continue. And so really, I guess it's like kind of an internal journey to figure out really who I am and what I want to become. But at the end of this year, in December, I want to be a completely different specimen. I've always wanted to do it since I was young. I always wanted to take myself, maybe not to the extreme, but in the healthiest I could possibly be. Meaning that doesn't mean that I'm just going to eat, you know, chicken and rice every single meal and call myself the healthiest person, but how can I become a very in shape individual with having a 9-to-5 job, with having, you know, a girlfriend, with having all these life things and not just being a YouTuber? Like, how can I do it? Can I get in really, really good shape? I guess we'll find out. I don't know, but I'm going to try to post Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I don't know when you're seeing this video. I might have posted on Tuesday. I don't know. It just really depends. Like when I start, I want to post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm going to give you guys all the programming that I'm doing. I write my own programming. I'm going to give you guys my nutrition plan, everything that I do. I'm not saying that you guys have to do it or it's like this is the most elite programming ever. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is I'm going to show you everything from the goods, the bads, and everything like that. So I hope you guys join me on this journey. And if you're thinking about starting your journey with lifting and getting in shape, whatever that means for you, if you want to build muscle, if you want to lose it, whatever, like, I hope you just do it with me, because a lot of the same things that I'm experiencing, I'm sure you're going to experience, and vice versa. Things you're experiencing, I'm going to experience. But you know, I've always struggled with consistency ever since football ended for me a couple years ago out of college football. And now I'm going to test my consistency in the most public way possible. So let's do it. I'm going to take you guys into day one, and thank you guys for being here. Much love. Peace.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. So first here, I start off with barbell bench press. This is just a warm up. My first exercise, I'm going to show you guys the warm up, and then the other exercise I won't. I don't know, maybe in the future you guys want to see warm ups, but I just feel like maybe you guys don't want to see this every time. But yeah, barbell bench press, warming up here. All right, this is another still a warm up with 185. As you see on here, I don't count warm up reps as much. I'll do between like 8 and 10, and then as it gets heavier, between like 6 and 8, and maybe even 5 sometimes. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. I do a bunch of warm ups before this. Maybe in the future, if you guys are interested, I could show you what warm up and stuff that I do. But if you're not, that's cool too. But this is the first working set. This is at 195. So that's an 85 and a 5 there. On each side, I think I get about, it says I get about 15 here on this one. So definitely a really good start for bench. My goal on bench, if you looked at my program, is between 11 and 12. And for me to move up in weight for this beginning block or this beginning phase of my programming, I have to get at least 12 on every single set, so 3 sets of it or more. So 12 or more reps on every single set, then I can move up to the next weight. So struggling on set 2. I think I only got 10, so that first set kind of took it out of me a little bit. I actually do change up this approach later on in my strategy. Is I stop at 12. This was the first day, so I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll go past 12 and go to like as many as I can get on every single one. But no, I changed that up because I felt like it worked better with my program to stop at 12. So you'll see in the later days of this program, I'll stop at 12 reps for everything. Even if I could do more, I'll stop at 12 reps. This next one is dumbbell incline press, set number 1. Throwing it around. All right, we're gonna move into set number 2 here. One thing I wanted to point out here is I never turn the dumbbells completely 180. So if 180 is a straight line with those 70s, I never completely turn them out. They're always a little bit in. If 90 degrees is me holding it, kind of like how if I have them on my knee, they're kind of horizontal there. I never fully. So you can see right there is about like what? I don't know. It's between 90 and 100 degrees or 180 degrees, whatever that is. But I always have them turned in slightly. All right, moving on to the next one. Machine fly. That M is for machine. Machine fly, set number 1. This definitely taxes me. What I try to do is I try to stretch all the way out on the eccentric portion. And then as I'm coming up, just squeezing on the way up. I don't use a ton of weight here. You know, obviously I'm not insanely strong, but I don't use a ton of weight and I still get a lot of work. Excuse the facial expressions. Excuse those. Fighting for my life here. Set number 2, a machine fly. You guys gotta excuse the facial expressions, please. I was going through it. It's my first day back in a long time on the program. Hey, your boy was struggling. I got the feet kicking out. Your boy was struggling. Well, let's do it. Set number 3. Finishing off strong here. So I only get 5 reps on that last one. One thing is, you know, when you look at the program, you guys will see I'm trying to get between 11 and 12. But for instance, in that machine fly, set 1 I got 10, set 2 I got 6, set 3 I got like 5 or something like that. That's okay, because that creates a little variance in the programming, where like not everything I'm gonna get exactly between 11 and 12. This is good because this allows me to progress. Like, so now on my machine fly, next week I'm coming in, I might be looking for 11, 7, and 6, you know, just moving up a little bit there, but it helps to create variance in my programming instead of always doing just between 11 and 12. I like it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. You know, you can let me know in the comments how you feel about that. Yeah. All right, so we're into set number 2, barbell shoulder press. So I think first set I got 11, second set I got 6, third set I got 4 right here. I think I really like military press, working those, the anterior delts, the ones in front, right? Yeah, anterior delts. Oops. And then this one right here. So shoulder raises always have been a struggle for me to really feel the weight. But so when I do dumbbell lateral raise, I try to focus on getting the weight up and then controlling it on the eccentric. And you see I kind of lean over like between each rep. I don't know, that's just, it kind of feels like I get a little bit more out of it. But yeah, you'll see in set number 2 here, you'll see I try to really focus on those eccentric portions of the exercise. That's the only way that I can feel these, is if I really focus on the eccentric. If I don't, then I'm kind of just, I don't really feel it as much, and you know, I'm just kind of throwing weight around. Going through it right here, going through it. Dumbbell lateral raise, set number 3, working through it. Okay, so this one is dumbbell seated reverse fly. I really like this exercise. I think I could improve it next time with not lifting my back up. I didn't even realize I was doing it as much as I was. And then there's another thing here is, if you guys can notice it, it looks like my left side is raising a little bit higher than my right side. I don't know if you guys can kind of notice that. So there's some type of imbalance that's going on there that I honestly have never noticed, because I really don't film myself in the gym ever. So this was kind of interesting. I'll try to correct that for next time, but I don't know if that's just like a natural thing or what. Yeah, and with this dumbbell seated reverse fly, you know, I towards the end of the set, like, I definitely struggle to get the weight all the way up. Like, I wish it looked a lot prettier than what it does, but you know, I mean, I guess it kind of is what it is. I still feel it, you know, I still feel like a workout from it, so I'll just keep it that way. This is probably one of my favorite tricep exercises. You guys will see it a lot. It's called the dumbbell skull crushers, with one dumbbell. I've always really liked this. It really targets my triceps well. Yeah, I just really enjoy this lift. It's always been good for me. I tried it right here. I'm stretching a little bit more than, or I'm using momentum a little bit more than I would like, to try to get a deeper stretch. But really with this, what I've been trying to do is just straight bending from the elbow. Trying to bend from the elbow as much as possible and not bring in as much shoulder. But I mean, as you can see, There's a lot of shoulder work right there. A lot of shoulder movement right there. Dumbbell squats crushers set number 3 here. This is moving pretty darn fast. I don't mind moving fast on these. I just don't think the eccentric portion is really works. I really feel it on the eccentric portion or whatever. Going and squeezing up. My butt's lifting a little bit here. Because I'm trying to get a deeper stretch. That's just kind of on purpose. Ooh, all right. So this, I'm focusing on bending from the elbow, machine tricep press or push downs. I should probably put kneeling on there, but whatever. I'm really focusing on bending from the elbow. I do feel these for some reason. I do feel these. Feels good. So, hey, if it feel good, keep going. You feel it? Okay. All right, kettlebell Russian twist, set number 1. I'm not going with super heavy weight. I think that's one thing to kind of talk about here is you'll notice none of my weights are extremely heavy, at least for me or whatever. Maybe it's heavy for some people, maybe it's just super light, and all my weights are super light in general. For other people, that's totally fine, but proportionally for me, my weights are not extremely heavy in some of the things I'm doing, but that's okay, because the program will build off itself and I will have to do heavier and heavier weights. And again, it's all about progressing. So I'm not necessarily worried about just absolutely destroying myself the first week. I'm worried about being able to progress the second week, third week, fourth week, fifth week. I think that's been a better approach for me than to go crazy, balls to the wall, and then kind of burn out 3 weeks in with soreness or whatever. So medicine ball ABC. So what I'm doing here, guys, is I'm in a plank position on the ball with my forearms, and I'm just writing out my ABCs all the way. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Hey, the writing's terrible. I'm sure those don't look like any letters that I can recognize, but that's what I'm doing here. This is fantastic for core stability and strength. I really enjoy this, and it's probably gonna be my program quite a bit because I do need to build some strength and stability back in my core. So I was feeling it towards the end. Only 2 sets of these.